there in the med. I hope everybody's having a great day with their families. Hope you're getting ready to go out and enjoy some sunshine. And if not, spark one up and jump into the rotation.
It's weird because like last week you guys did it without me, and now we're doing it without Gary. Shit, I even have Gary's name in the caption there still.
Well, Gary's with us in spirit. He's feeling a little under the weather today, but wish Gary a quick recovery. He is an amazing, person when it comes to being a cannabis advocate. He has dedicated untold hours to helping us behind the scenes in the legislature, push things through, and just helps gives the moral support and ground of why we really do this work. He cares a lot about his family, and he's just one more family, just like many of ours, that are affected by chronic debilitating conditions and need cannabis to survive. And when you see that good, hardworking people like the Steins go through what they go through, it reminds us of why we do this work and the advocacy work that we do. So. But Gary, I hope you wish you a quick recovery, and hope to see you soon in future episodes.
Well, Gary's missing out because in studio we got some old school friends of the show here, and I'm gonna be like some sort of taste tester today. Yeah. What's going on here? We got Kushy Pies. So like, if you guys have been about Suncoast normal, maybe even back in the day when we were Central Florida normal, right?
Yeah.
Since the very inception, Vinny and Hannah here have been there lending support and hanging out, and whether it's Vinny, doing some physical work and like helping us set up for events, or whether it's Hannah lending her expertise or whatever it is, these guys have been there since the beginning, right? And they're Kushy Pies. Vinny and Hannah, and we've got some like awesome food here, right?
Yeah, man, it's delicious, infused with all legal Delta 8, and it'll get you very high very quickly. Nanotechnology is what we're utilizing for our THC infusion, and
we're known for pies in a jar.
Yeah,
pies in a jar.
Pies in a jar.
Pies in a jar.
Looks like this. It's a 6-ounce jar, and
yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had a setup with a camera that like would like zoom in, but it doesn't really work.
That's okay.
So now we got this like fancy one that doesn't zoom in.
Yeah, don't worry, we can zoom in. We'll just kind of do that. Pistachio, Gary. We hope you recover soon. This was for you, Gary. This was a special pistachio we brought just for Gary Stein.
So we'll get into the pies in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I believe Kano might have some like news or something going on. What's happening?
Well, man, there's always a lot happening, but let me tell you, news-wise, just to update folks, this country is headed in the right direction. We just confirmed a new Supreme Court justice who's actually from Florida, Judge Ketanji Jackson Brown. We really appreciate, seeing someone appointed to the Supreme Court who actually family has been affected by the war on drugs. She actually has an uncle that, was sentenced for many decades into prison. And I think that, in future case precedents, this will make all the difference in adding some compassion and some personal experience to what we're seeing. Interesting enough, though, when it comes to cannabis sentencing at the federal level, it's at an all-time low. Only about 1,000 people in 2021 were sentenced to federal prison for cannabis crimes, which if you just go back, right before the legalization really hit in Colorado and Washington and stuff. I mean, we were seeing 7, 8, 10,000 people a year in many cases going to federal prison for cannabis crimes.
Yeah, man, it's been a long road. Oh, geez. Oh,
is that me?
It's been a long road, man. And, honestly, I kind of feel like this event that we're doing, the Tampa Bay Cannabis Business Expo, is shaping out to be kind of interesting because it's like, I got excited yesterday in our group chat and was like, holy shit, Vinny's involved with this event. Chris Grubb's going to be helping out. Carla Fantastic is back on our board, right? we're really doing a lot of things that are like going back to our roots, you know. And it's been interesting to see this event unfold because like it's nice to have like some old friends helping us out, and I really feel like a good way to do this show. I don't know if Kano agrees with me or not, but it would be just to like eat some pies and kind of reminisce of shit that Central Florida Normal has done. And I don't know if Kano is opposed to that or not.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm actually a little bit envious in that I don't have a Kushy Pie in front of me. But I can think from experience and join y'all in solidarity. I'll tell you this much: I have had some Kushy Pies before. As I recall, my last time I drove down to Florida and I drove back, I took a couple of Kushy Pies with me, and they did not make it back to DC. They were gone before I hit the Georgia border, and it was amazing. I felt awesome. I felt medicated. It really helped me with the long drive. So I have to thank y'all. Amazing product. Let me tell you about, when it comes to infused cannabis products, especially in the legal market with hemp infusions. Usually it's either they don't taste very good or they're not strong enough. But Kushy Pies get you there. It's strong enough, and they're absolutely fucking delicious.
Thank you.
And put that shit on a t-shirt if you got to, because that's how I feel about it. That's my review. Absolutely fucking delicious.
Okay, so I see like I don't think the camera's got it, but there's like a
little display,
like
here.
a little pyramid of jars there, right? So I see a bunch of jars there, right? So tell me what's the same and what's different about each one of these jars.
So our first pie that we made was key lime. How I came up with this is I wanted to find an edible. I wanted to make an edible that didn't taste straight like cannabis. I don't really like the taste, and I'm sure that a lot of foodies don't enjoy the taste. Mm-hmm. So
it's an acquired taste. I like the taste, but I've acquired it over my years.
Right.
Yes.
So I particularly don't, and I found that a lot of other foodies that want to get high and enjoy the medication, they also don't enjoy the taste. So I started making pies, and that's key lime. That's my first pie.
That's the original Kushy Pie flavor. That was the first one that we ever.
So you guys see these jars, right?
Yeah, 6 ounce jars of deliciousness.
And how many milligrams is in this jar?
200
milligrams.
200 milligrams. Holy shit!
So you can share a jar with another person.
So
or split them in half.
I don't share. I demolish them by myself.
I am reminded here, eating this jar, about our first giant blunt. For some reason, I don't know why, but it just seemed to have that vibe.
Man, that first giant blunt in the Temple Terrace 4th of July parade, the one that caused all the ruckus. Among the Karens in the neighborhood, I thought that was awesome. Yes.
Well, I'm still kind of. We're still kind of going against Ellen Snelling. I'm sitting here with you guys. That's why I'm thinking about it, because of Ellen Snelling.
Yeah, we're back. She's back.
I'm sitting here with you guys, and I'm eating a hemp infused pie, and she's complaining to the county about hemp infusions.
And she is, and it's staggering that that's still the fight that's going on.
Well, I like to take a moment to offer Ellen a formal invitation to the Expo, because Kushy Pies is going to be at the Expo, and I feel as though if she just ate one Kushy Pie, she would change her view on so many things.
Well, we also make non-infused too.
We also have non-infused.
Ellen made some news comments about hemp that were kind of strange, and I think if she went to the Expo, she would be very much informed about the subject, because she was making accusations like people have died from overdoses from eating hemp. And
that's just ludicrous. That's just ludicrous.
That was just crazy.
That's usually, I think that's how we met her, was going and speak at city council meetings and commission meetings, county commission meetings. Mm-hmm. And basically that's kind of how we had to preface everything when we spoke right behind her.
Actually, Vinny, where you really met her was you and Grubb photobombed her at the 4th of July parade because she had a big "No to Pot" sign on the Hillsborough GOP's float, and I remember y'all going up there with your Yes on 2 shirts, and, and then after that, yeah. So you may remember in city council, but her first encounter with us was photobomber at the parade.
Okay, thank you for reminding us or bringing that to our attention. Yeah, no.
And the only reason I know this is because Facebook likes to dry snitch every so often and bring up memories that you don't even remember.
Were you part of that photo?
Yeah,
that was so funny.
That sounds about right. I think it was Ellen and her other friend. I can't remember the other lady's name.
So this is Strawberry Shortcake, right?
That's the one. The governor just officially named Strawberry Shortcake the dessert of Florida. Is that what I'm to be understanding?
So Ron DeSantis just named Strawberry Shortcake the official dessert of the state of Florida.
So wait, did we drop key lime pie then? Is that he?
We were talking about that. Like some people like you think that key lime pie should be the official state.
Right.
I thought it was. I promise you, I've been civically minded for a long time. I could have swore it was up there in the rotunda, but maybe I'm just got a Mandela effect or something.
I think Vinny actually feels differently. Like with Strawberry Shortcake's better in Plant City than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah,
it'd be the state dessert.
Maybe that's what I thought. I thought maybe DeSantis was like, oh, those liberals in their key lime pie. Let's go to some good old fashioned Plant City shortcake. You know,
I can see that one being the move there.
You know,
yeah, you guys know that Plant City is like the North American winter strawberry capital of North America. So that's why maybe it should be like their winter dessert, like the official dessert of winter, strawberry shortcake, and summertime key lime pie.
Yeah.
As far as Kushy Pie is concerned, we have an offering for both. I mean, in fact, it could be any month, really. She does.
Tastes like vacay.
Yeah, exactly. We have a pie for every month to kind of celebrate each theme.
A pie for every month. That sounds awesome.
You guys have a pie for every month?
Yeah, like last month, for St. Patrick's Day, we had two of them. We had the mint shamrock, and then we also had like a chocolate mint shamrock, which kind of like a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie kind of thing. That's what this one is right here.
Actually, it hit so well that people keep asking for it. So we said we'll continue making it.
Well, you got to also keep them in, like like McD's. They only bring the shamrock shapes and the McRib around a little bit. You got to have people wanting your stuff.
So in the month of April, I am doing mango pie.
Yep, that's what we got. Because celebrating 420 all month, and mango. They said that the mango terpenes help enhance your high. Right, exactly. Yeah. So kind of intensifies it. Side of things. So that's kind of what we're celebrating. It's not that it's actually mango season yet, but we did say we're going to celebrate mango for the month of April.
If you guys want to try Kushy Pies,
yes,
you can come to the Tampa Bay Cannabis Business Expo.
Absolutely.
Carlos, flash that flyer. Let the folks see.
That shit is free, son. That shit
is it free to get into the expo? That's what's up.
Walk into the expo.
Just walk up.
Walk right up to the Kushy Pies booth and just be like, "Hey, Vinny Hanna, what's up with these Kushy Pies?"
That's right.
And then you hear it straight from the sources.
You get it. You'll get the right thing. We'll ask you, what flavor would you like, sir? Or male?
Well, I'm excited to be hosting this expo because I think that for so many people, getting into the cannabis industry feels like a pipe dream, especially when you see how vertical integration was rolled out in Florida, how you have to have a huge nursery and millions of dollars and own a few Republican senators if you're going, or a Tallahassee mayor and city council if you're going to get anywhere. And I think that that narrative. In many ways, it's still relevant, still true, but there are so many ways to get into this industry now that hemp has allowed. I mean, Carlos, you have a hemp dispensary there. Hannah, with your hemp infusions, I remember the first go around of Kushy Pies you rolled out, and now look at you got a flavor of the month. So Hannah and Vinny, if you could share with the listeners and folks. Out there in the ether, just what motivated you, or what was it that you, when you saw that glimmer, like where was the aha moment for you? Like, oh, this is my lane. I'm gonna get in it and we're gonna ride this out and see where it goes.
For me, it was definitely the taste. It's very hard to find an edible that doesn't have such a strong taste. And
that chlorophyll, yeah, that like, oh, this tastes like straight reefer.
Right. So, and I told him, I said, I really would like for me to have something like that, because anytime we'd go to Colorado or out west, it would be so strong that I couldn't enjoy the actual edible. It was overbearing. So I started making key lime, and until I perfected the taste. And and some of my pies, I'm not going to lie, pistachio does bring out the cannabis a lot more. So, but I've perfected it's on the very back end, but it's definitely an edible that you can enjoy and reap the benefits afterwards.
All right, so here's one thing I want to. I'm sorry, Vinny, were you going to say something?
I was just like, let me jump in there. I just wanted to kind of piggyback on what Hannah's saying is, especially in the beginning and even up to now, it's kind of one of the things that we go back and forth on is, does it taste weedy enough? Is it sometimes she's always saying that it's too weedy. And then there's times when I'm just like, man, I don't taste it at all. Are you sure we infuse this? And then, with these things, you eat 3 bites and then just wait 10 minutes. You'll know if it's infused or not, because very fast acting. But yeah, nice. That's the whole thing. We've come to realize that what we've learned just from being out there and dealing with more and more customer base people, followers and whatnot, is that the foodies in particular, they don't really care for the overpowering taste of cannabis. They want a well-balanced, almost hidden flavor profile, to where you're tasting the strawberry, you're tasting all the elements of a deconstructed strawberry cheesecake, but there's also cannabis in there that's you're totally gonna taste it and feel it at the same time.
But why don't they like that cannabis taste? Like, I don't, like, I'm sitting here the whole time and I'm like, man, I like it, like, I know I'm kind of weird for liking it, but I mean, and don't let me take away from these are delicious desserts. Like, I honestly, like, that's an awesome. I was at the fucking Plant City Strawberry Festival. I didn't taste a strawberry shortcake that tasted that good. And this has hemp in it, right? But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why
times are
like
changing.
That taste.
Times are changing.
After now seeing
why they got to put that taste in the corner.
But I can make it as strong as you want, and I can add that taste in there.
If you want the cannabis taste to be extra strong, we can do that. Yeah, it's just
Carlos wants him a nice 500 milligram strawberry shortcake.
All right, Hannah, I got to ask you, like, and you don't, you can feel free to say I don't want to answer or anything like that. But we're on a business panel in the Expo together, and the one thing that I think we should talk about is some of the hardships of really facing, starting a business that sells hemp. And one of the things, like, we really should be hardships that are part of this business, and because it's going to help inform a lot of people at the Expo.
Sure.
So go ahead and give us a taste. What's one of the hardest things about starting Kushy Pies?
Licensing,
insurance, regulations on the whole, your labeling. There's a lot.
There's a lot that goes behind it. That you don't realize until you're in deep.
Talk to an accountant before you start a business. Talk to an accountant.
Yeah, that's
a very good one.
That I never do. I never talk to an accountant.
Right? So you just started but hang on, but that's preface. Carlos Hermida also graduated from the business school of Nova.
Yeah, but I'm not an
Wayne
accountant
no, but he knows how to count. He's
the Wayne Huizenga School of Business at Nova Southeastern. Yeah. No, it's done, and they've actually discontinued some of the programs. But I was like talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, I went to business school. I know what I'm talking about." And they were like, "I went to business school too," and they were like, "Where'd you go?" And I was like, "Oh, Nova Southeastern University." And they were like, "Oh, I went to Oxford."
I went to the Royal School of Economics in London.
No, but that's one thing that I never do because and I'm in no way like a finance guy. Like I definitely feel like I'm more of like on the marketing side of things, but like I'm never really talked to an accountant, and I kind of like do the math in my head and just kind of go by estimates and shit like that. So yeah, fortunately things have worked out for me here at Chilla.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I see you're doing
an
excellent.
amazing thing.
You're doing
man,
great.
From where this place,
we're doing okay. Maybe we could.
You want to try another pie?
Yeah, man.
Maybe we'll do
let's-
better
We got
if I get
Did
some.
you try the
Kushy Pie,
strawberry yet,
you know?
Carlos?
Yeah, he tried the
I
strawberry.
did try the strawberry.
Okay, so then
We
you
have
got mango, we got Butterfinger, chocolate, Oreo,
Butterfingers.
chocolate style, bro.
mints. I'm gonna-
That's the bro.
That's
Hey,
one of my favorites.
that chocolate mint right now. That's where it's at, man. Like I said, if you were a fan of little, what's it called, the Girl Scout cookies, the
Yeah.
Thin Mints, if you were a fan of that, you are gonna love this chocolate mint.
You want some
Oh
Kushy Pie?
yeah, what's up, man? Come on in here.
Yeah,
we got
it is.
fans in the window.
We have some customers
We
in the
got
window.
fans in the window.
So yeah, guys.
Sorry.
You're like, what are they doing?
Licensing's got to be one of the difficult things. What has been the best thing about starting your own hemp business?
I gotta say, meeting new people and the customers.
I would,
On my
that's what
behalf,
was gonna say, for
I
sure.
really enjoy meeting new people and networking.
Mm-hmm.
It really takes me out of my comfort zone. I'm not really. I've found that I'm not good at public speaking or sales, but I enjoy being taken out of my comfort zone because it allows me to grow as a person as well as learn new things. So I've learned a lot about the hemp industry. I've learned a lot about myself. And I've learned a lot about our community in the process of this. And it helps us all grow together. And I feel it's going to allow our state, hopefully, in the near future, we can deregulate.
Yeah, exactly. Just have it fully,
We can grow better as an entire state, I feel, by us coming together.
And where do you see Kushy Pies going, and where are the obstacles that, one thing at a time? Where do you
one thing at a time? I'm willing to go as far as we need to go. Like I'm ready for this.
What are the biggest obstacles right now to get there?
As far as like to take it to the,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, that's a very good question. I think more as far as for Kushy Pies, like for me, like the avenue this has opened up is on top of activism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what this is kind of like reignited it for me.
Yeah.
In a sense, like I've been able to get back out there and engage with a whole different base that's way more than willing to sign any of the petitions that are out there. You guys
have kind of always been there for the active.
Oh, for sure. That's
100%.
1,000%. This kind of just has reignited it in a sense
I'm
to where.
I'm sitting here thinking of stuff that we could talk about, like from like the old days and like fucking decrim in Tampa. And,
oh,
like,
yeah,
all
dude,
that
everything. We were there
for
most of it.
I got into the cannabis industry because I met Vinny, and then I met you guys.
Yeah.
So, that's it's the truth. I mean,
I remember meeting at that first spliff in Ybor.
Yeah.
The very first one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, Vinny actually got my mom high for the first time, and she's now an MMJ patient.
Yeah, she's an MMJ patient now. My mother-in-law is an MMJ patient, so yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, in regards to, breaking news around medical marijuana treatments, Congress this week advanced a bill, the House of Representatives advanced the Medical Marijuana Research Act, which will facilitate clinical trials by establishing processes where scientists can access the flowers, the edibles, and other products in state-approved medical marijuana programs. So, most folks don't realize, but there's been no federal testing, no FDA testing, no, nothing of really what's on the shelves and what's being sold in the legal market. And really, it's been up to the legal markets themselves to kind of self-regulate in some cases, and really up to the states to kind of keep consumers safe. But this here, I think, will be interesting to actually see products on shelves being tested by the federal government. It's going to be an interesting program. But I do want to point out that everyone who voted against this bill was a Republican. This bill passed with bipartisan support. It passed 343 to 75. But there were 3 Florida Republicans, Vern Buchanan, Bill Posey, and Dan Webster, who voted no against you being able to get tested for safe products on the shelves in the legal industry. And that just boggles my mind.
So you said they're voting against us being able to have our stuff third party tested, like independent. Like if we buy something from a dispensary, if we want to get it tested, they're saying you can't do that.
So no, actually, what this bill allows is the federal government scientists to actually randomly purchase and pull products and do testing on it.
Yeah.
In the various legal states, and I think that in itself adds a layer of consumer protection. And these guys voted against that consumer protection.
Wow, that's messed up, man. Why would you not want to?
You know what? You guys just go ahead and finish the show. I'm gonna eat Kushy Pies the rest of the time.
Yeah, no, I just want one spoon of that one. That's is that how do you how do you like it? What does it taste like, bro?
Honestly, chocolate mint.
That's
my shit.
Yeah, chocolate mint, bro. That's exactly it. Oh, there we go. Right, thank you, sir.
No. Well, I think also, a lot of folks in Florida who are watching today, are wondering like when Florida's time's going to be. When are we going to get legalization? I know 2024's ballot initiatives seems to be the case, but other states right now are going to be going this coming election. And one in particular up here in Maryland, the Maryland legislature has put it on the ballot. They're just waiting to see if the governor, he actually let it go to the ballot without his signature. So it's going to go. Voters will now vote in November whether or not in the state of Maryland adults can legally possess up to 1.5 ounces of cannabis flower and or 12 grams of cannabis concentrates. And if you have more than 1.5, as long as you have less than 2.5 ounces, you would only get a fine rather than an actual criminal charge.
So let's move to Maryland.
It's too cold.
It is. There's some cold winters up here. I tell you that.
It's disheartening to hear stuff like as great for Maryland. Great for Maryland. I'm really happy to hear about that for Maryland. But and then you hear stories about like all of our bills getting like booed off of the Florida House or whatever, the Senate.
Yeah.
And like our politicians not really giving a fuck about what's happening to us. And but great Maryland cares about their people. Give me another Kushy Pie, man.
What flavor?
You want to try the Butterfinger? You want to try pistachio, Oreo,
chocolate?
Now, Vinny, I gotta ask: is that Butterfinger spelled differently for trademark reasons? I don't want Butterfingers coming to fuck with y'all like Gorilla Glue or Girl Scout cookies have done.
I mean, I guess that's a good point. Right now, we just mark them BF on the top. But, we have all the labels and stuff are coming in this week, so that way we have everything properly labeled for the business expo.
Sure.
But yeah, but as of right now, I guess now that you bring it, maybe we should spell that butter like Butta, Butterfinger or something. I don't know. I mean, just so we're not.
This might be my favorite.
Yeah, see, or just call it Bart Simpson pie. It's Bart Simpson's favorite Kushy Pie.
Well, Bart Simpson is a registered trademark of Disney, so I would stay away from that.
Yeah, no, let's stay away from that. Do that.
So I'm glad we're talking about this because these are all things to navigate, like we were talking about in the cannabis industry. You want to readily just something as simple as having a Butterfinger pie recipe, right? And without having to pay for deal with licensing and copyright fights and that sort of thing. And we've seen those pitfalls from other business owners, like the guys who are pushing out Gorilla Glue as a strain, or we see Skittles is another one. Yeah.
It's just lazy marketing.
I would think so. I mean, but I don't know. I guess that's a good question because
to clarify too, I mean, Butterfinger here in this case is a flavor, right? Like you're not selling Butterfingers,
right? That's what we were going to say.
Because
like for this one, right? Like our number one seller is our cookies and cream, our Oreo, right? And we call it Oreo because it's
and that's
real
trademark.
Oreo.
That's
registered.
But I mean, I'll tell you what. When we buy the boxes of Nabisco Oreo, it's not like we're using like an off-brand, chocolate sandwich cookie. No, we're using the official, Oreo. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. I mean, for now, when we market, I guess we just call it our cookies and cream pie. But
what I mean by the lazy marketing though is like your shit doesn't look like a Butterfinger.
Oh no.
It does not.
Well, that's also
we're not trying to be like those guys, like selling the Skittles with like it looks like it, but it's really Delta 8, and you have no idea what's in there. We're not.
Well, that was some of the arguments that Ellen was using in regards to the county commissioners trying to get her, trying to her to push a ban or whatever restriction, whatever she's trying to do to get Delta 8, with the county, reaching in and stepping in. But the fact that there are nerd ropes out there that are infused, and there's the the like Carlos said, the lazy marketing for some of these brands.
So. I mean, I think in that sense, I have to agree with Ellen 100%, because you're marketing it, then you're making it look like it's something that a child is going to want to, if they don't know how to read, but they can associate a pack of Skittles candy with something that's going to potentially get them high or, medicated, then no, I don't want the kid doing that. But I think the biggest thing, what we got to realize is that these products, they are intended for people 21 and up. Like all of our stuff, even for our non-infused, we still don't sell them or turn them out to people that are underage. You know what I mean? You got to be 21 and up to partake. And I think that might be one of the biggest things what Ellen is pushing for. Because we don't want underage people to have access to anything potentially harmful.
Well, and I think what Ellen's issue is, though, is that she's going to county commission. This isn't a legislative issue. This is an enforcement issue. It's a regulatory one, right? Like the police should be going to these gas stations and either writing them tickets or taking people out in cuffs if they're not doing their due diligence. Carlos cards people who walks into his store. And the other thing is that she's saying it was so easy for her to buy it. Well, I mean, she's a 50, 60 some year old lady asking to buy it. They're not going to be like, ma'am, can I see your ID? Right. Of course they didn't ID her to buy it. And she looks like every other Karen that shops at Loft or Lane Bryant or Chico's,
It would have been I would have agreed with her completely if she didn't fucking exaggerate.
Right.
If she wasn't saying that people were dying or getting poisoned, I remember
overdosing, and
one of them was like cannabis poisoning. I was like, you guys ever heard of that term, cannabis poisoning?
No, you would just have a great sleep.
Yeah, it's called a really good night's sleep. You wake up well rested.
And granted, she's got some points about the kids being able to buy it. But I think Ellen's first off, she wasn't informed. Second, she was trying to actually probably get them banned.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what she was initially shooting for, it sounds like.
But she just wasn't informed. And it was almost like what Keno was saying. It's okay. It's only in our headphones. And what Keno was saying was that shit, I lost my train of thought now with the headphone thing. What Keno was saying was the 21, the kid buying it and getting stoned off of it and going to the hospital or whatever. It really wasn't supposed to happen. There's actually laws in place saying that kid shouldn't have it, right? They just weren't enforcing it properly. It was an enforcement issue. So yeah, we got a little warning sticker here.
Yep, not for kids, not for dogs
or pets.
Yeah, so you can see these ones. You can read them way easier. Yeah, we got the bigger ones.
Contains THC, not safe for kids or pets.
Yeah, don't.
Let me tell you a story about pets. One time I went to pop up and I brought home a couple of brownies, and I remember stepping away for some reason. I left them on the coffee table. And then I ran out. When I came back from the store, they were gone off the coffee table. And then under the couch, I found an empty container. And I was like, no, she did it. And I was more worried about the dog eating brownies because, dogs shouldn't be eating chocolate. But the fact that those brownies were each infused with 70 milligrams of Delta 9. Delta 9. And I thought, should I take this dog to the vet, spend $400, possibly wind up on a list, right? or do we ride this out? And I can tell you that I saw the dog ride it out. It took about 18 hours. There was at one point where, we were in a bad neighborhood and the gunshots go off and the dog's like, wants to get up, but she can't because she's glued to the floor. Oh, she was shaking, but all in all, the dog was better for it. It came out the other end. She was fine. It and I would say that much is that, I think people resort to hysteria sometimes when it comes to taking too many edibles.
Mhm.
If you just ride it out, you'll be fine. But that ride might be longer than you want to be on it, and that's why people end up going to the hospital many times because
Let me
they
just
want the doctor's like, get me off of this ride, and the doctor's like, no, you just need to sleep it off.
let me verify your point, Kano. I have I had so Carlos is attempting cannabis poisoning right now. I have I have an employee here at Chillum. She has a ferret. And one day I'm like, like, hey, here at work, right? And there's a Honda getting ticketed right in front of, if any of the Honda Civic would like to come is watching, please know you are being ticketed. No, she has a ferret, and we get these samples here of hemp at the store, and she took a bunch of those samples home. Apparently, the ferret ate a bunch of them. Like they were like 50 milligrams a piece, right?
Oh wow!
And, yeah.
And the ferret's so small.
Oh, like a 5-pound ferret.
Exactly. They're super tiny.
Like at least I had a 90-pound bulldog.
and she's probably not listening or watching or whatever, but if she is, I'm gonna kind of like say something messed up about her. She she exaggerates a little bit, and she was really worried about this ferret. So she calls me up like asking what to do, and I'm like, listen, Abby, listen,
And
listen. The proper thing to do would be to take the ferret to the vet and get the stomach pump. But the ferret's not in any real danger. Like the ferret's just gonna be uncomfortable for a while. So if you want to get the stomach pump, that would be a nice thing to do for the ferret. But if you don't have the money for it, then don't worry. The ferret's just gonna be uncomfortable for a couple of hours. She said that the ferret slept on her chest for about an hour and woke up and started running around the house. And was absolutely fine after that.
Ferret just gonna need a hug and a nap, and
well,
when he wakes up.
And this is why we have to go back to the science. That's why we're so prevalent in pushing on science when it comes to public policy, is that your endocannabinoid system does not control your respiratory system. Right. It's not like opioids, which are respiratory suppressants. Like if you take enough opioids, you will stop breathing. Right. Hell, if you take enough Tylenols, you will stop breathing. But if you take too much cannabis, if you take 1,000, 1,500 milligrams, you're going to have a very uncomfortable time, but you're not going to stop breathing.
It's true.
And for that matter, your heart won't stop either.
Nope.
So that's what it like. I feel like I'm able to take myself to that point where you're just like eating like a crazy amount of milligrams and you're like really fucking high and like so high that you're about to fucking pass out. I do that shit all the time. And the reason why I don't freak the fuck out is because I know what's happening to my body and I know that there's really nothing wrong with it. And I'm just going to get like the best sleep ever. But anyways, I'm also attempting cannabis poisoning right now.
Yeah, totally.
So mango.
So interesting thing enough, one of the recent, I guess, misinformations that have been out there is around cannabis hyperemesis syndrome. Where apparently if you get so high that you end up vomiting uncontrollably.
I've heard of that, but I don't think it's true.
Eminem says that he doesn't smoke weed anymore because he has it, apparently, according to the gossip. According to the gossip blogs out there. I would say this much: have I been so high that I've thrown up? Yes. Is there a reason for that? The other part is, and we've talked about this scientifically, the endocannabinoid system helps regulate your immune system. If you overeat, it's going to tell you, hey, you've eaten too much. You need to get this up. Mm-hmm. The worst thing I've ever had, a worst experience with it is, and I'm not going to call it some syndrome, I'm going to call it mixing Taco Bell with RSO. If you do that, you're going to have a bad time.
I don't think it's the RSO's fault, though. I think it's the Taco Bell.
Exactly. Exactly, because the RSO telling my body, "Hey, you've poisoned yourself with something that's not even food."
You're like, every time I eat Taco Bell, it's smoked pot. I get diarrhea. You're like, I don't know about if it's the pot smoking.
Because it doesn't happen when you eat
It's
anything
like
else.
in that order, guys.
Oh.
I am at a loss for words. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to say.
Oh no, I was just looking at some of these.
So Hannah, I want to ask, what's the future for Kushy Pies? Where do you see it in 2 to 5 years? Is it a storefront? Is it being internet based? Is it delivery service? Are you planning on door dashing that out to people? Just curious of what's the big picture. I understand right now you're living in the moment, but
I'm
have
gonna let Vinny answer that because I think he has more of a vision than I do.
All of the above. All of the above. I totally want storefront, DoorDash, everything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's the dream. Do you dream like to get it that big to go where you've got your own storefront and like people are actually DoorDashing your stuff and ordering it that way, or is the dream to try to like get picked up by one of these big commercial cannabis companies? You know what I'm saying? One of the big MMTCs and
yeah.
get Kushy Pie's brand cashed out that way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, a lot
you're
of people
selling
do
out.
that.
You know what I mean? Like which one do you want? Do you
Yeah.
want something that can work forever, or
So
do you want to cash out?
I don't want to say the brand, but I have a friend that has a cannabis brand. I was talking to them, and they were telling me that they were going to start a line in their brand that did not have cannabis in it, with the aspirations of getting into Costco and Walmart and getting into these like big box realtors, right? Honestly, like I think we have to like there's got to be two sides to this. We've got to get into like the big box people,
Yeah.
right? And we can see things like Green Roads topicals in Walmart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you
it's
know,
in
like
Publix, right?
Yeah, it's in
Green Roads
Publix.
in Publix.
It's in
now?
Publix.
It's in
Yeah, they
Publix
have
by
like
the
a CBD
pharmacy.
section now. So
yeah. So
yeah.
honestly, I say you take it to freaking Publix. I think
That's
you
what
guys
we
should
it's
have.
funny because originally when we first started with this, I remember saying that that every ingredient that's in this was all purchased from Publix except for the THC infusion. Right, that's purchased from House of Jane Industries. Just if anybody wants Hoji powder, they know how to get a hold of them. But everything that as far as the non-hemp products was all purchased from Publix. So our theory was, one day we should be able to already have the non-infused products in Publix, and then after legalization comes through, whether it's in the pharmacy or the liquor store, we would love to have full strength Kushy Pies in Publix. I mean, I think that's like a real like kind of goal, personal kind of goal, because of the amount of money that the Publix Corporation has donated before on behalf of stopping legalization. They're prohibitionists, so I think it's
They got
like
CBD topicals.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, now that the like the tides are turning, the times are changing, because if Publix now carries CBD, which they do, I've seen this in many of their stores. It's it could be a reality one day. So yeah,
you guys don't have to say if you did this, but I went down to Publix once and protested them.
I stopped buying pub subs for a week because I was protesting hard.
That's
bro.
a good
hard.
protest. I didn't stop buying things from them. I just stood outside of Publix with a sign. I was like, "Don't buy things from Publix, guys."
While you're sipping the Publix iced tea or lemonade or something.
Their sub, pub sub.
I went up to the manager afterwards and I shook his hand. I was like, "I'll see you tomorrow."
That's too funny.
That's
Shit's delicious.
I mean,
how are you gonna
Well, I have these arguments with coworkers all the time, because I have a lot of socially justice minded coworkers, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't shop here, you shouldn't eat here." And I thought about the grand scheme of things. It's like, yes, that is right, to be principled and stick to your guns. And then it's like, where the hell am I going to eat today? Because I can't stop at Starbucks. You can't go to Chick-fil-A. I can't go to Panera. You can't go to Taco Bell. Can't go to McDonald's. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. So I mean, but to the point that we do vote with our money. Where you choose to spend your money is a real vote. Whether you're registered to vote or not, every day we engage in voting. Every dollar that I choose to spend, at Chillum or getting a Kushy Pie, that's a vote for your product. And I think that we as consumers, we should, especially as Americans, we got to be more conscious of where we're putting our votes at. Carlos clearly enjoys putting his votes at Publix, right? You all shop too, but it's like, what's the alternative? Were you going to go to Fresco y Mas and get the same ingredients?
Believe it or not, this actually might be worse, but I've been doing all my grocery shopping through Amazon Fresh.
There you go. There you go.
It's right at my doorstep. No big deal. But yeah, so Jesus.
Ouch.
Yeah,
we all heard that.
The shit going on in our headphones. But anyways.
Okay, so far, Carlos, which one do you like the most?
The chocolate mint.
The chocolate mint.
That was banging.
That's his.
That's
chocolate mint or Butterfinger.
But have you tried did you try the cookies and could you try the Oreos yet? Did you try the pistachio yet?
Oh,
you still got more to go.
He still has 3 more to try.
Oh yeah. He's got to try your chocolate, all types of stuff here. Bro.
So these are all the ones that he's trying.
I'm already so high. All right. Oreo.
Now, Carlos is a vegan, by the way.
Well, I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
That's one fun fact about Oreos is that Oreos are actually vegetarian.
Yeah.
Or vegan.
Vegan.
They're plant based, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Plant based. Oh, look at that. You should actually show them the thing a little bit.
There's an Oreo in there.
There's an actual real Oreo on the top too, but
it's
real in there.
Oh, somebody's hating on Oreos.
Well, usually
wow.
That's what it's all about. Comment section.
I want to shout out Corinne. Shout out Corinne Bose. That's what's up. Joining Miami. What's up, Corinne? We love you, girl. Education is the key.
That's actually my number 1 seller. Is Oreo.
I can see why it's really good.
Yeah, that's the one that's.
Try this pistachio one.
Now, before she made the thin mint, that was my favorite. Like for the summertime, bro, that's it. So like our slogan is "Tastes like vacay," and people say like, "Well, where can you go?" And the lady said she wanted to go to Dubai. I said, "Try this pistachio. Tell me what you think, yo."
I wasn't expecting that. That's really good.
Uh-huh.
This is like a high class fucking dessert.
It's boutique.
There you go.
This is like I pay like $50 or so at Burns.
See what I'm saying? And then I'll sell it to you for $20. Just no problem.
Didn't get too high.
It does.
It does.
Where the fuck am I right now?
And the last one is the chocolate.
Okay.
Which I make the chocolate myself as
well.
well.
That pistachio is like. I typically go for chocolate desserts because I love chocolate.
Oh, you gotta try the chocolate pistachio. That's the best one.
The pistachio is really good.
On its own, it can stand.
Wow.
It's the rose water, man.
I just want to try that one.
Yeah, bro, go for it. Exactly. You got to try it for Kano, man. He's not here, so you got to, give him a second.
I plan on going to the Expo and fucking up some Kushy Pies for sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We can't wait to have you guys see everybody out there, man, next week and let them all just. So
who's going to the Expo, Kano?
Well. Look, we got an amazing expo lined up for folks. Shout out to all of our sponsors who have stepped up to help us out with this expo. We got a Women in Cannabis breakfast panel that's sponsored by Verano and Move. We're going to have a cannabis business in Florida panel, which both, Carlos and Hannah, you're on that. And it's going to be sponsored by Bliss Wellness Market. We have a medical marijuana and healthy living panel, which is going to feature some doctors as well as some veterans from the Weed for Warriors Project. And that's sponsored by Medical Marijuana Awareness Seminars. And then we're going to close out the day with an awesome panel on cannabis and politics. And we have some great partners joining us from Horizons, Community Corps, Florida Prison Reform, Allied Partners, and minorities for medical marijuana, in addition to yours truly from Suncoast Normal being a part of that discussion. And shout out to all the other sponsors, Delta Stuff, all the other groups that are joining us, being a part of this human interest. Thank you to Cure Life and Dougtopia for joining us for some of these panels. Thank you to Relief MD and Trinity Relief also for being a part of our panels and such. And thank you to the Tampa Hillsborough Area Partnership Group for hosting, at 5508. I'm glad that we're doing a Cannabis Business Expo in Tampa. But not in the, I would say the traditional highfalutin parts. Some people ask me, "Oh, is this at the convention center?" I'm like, "No, it's actually in East Tampa." And I think that it's awesome that we're promoting the urban corridor and being able to, show that our neighborhoods in this city are much more than the gentrification that's on the agenda. That we have culture, that we have flavor. I think that the mayor of Tampa is taking us in the wrong direction. In the city of Tampa, and just this show alone, you saw someone getting ticketed on a Sunday on 7th Avenue, right? You all just pointed it out.
Bro, like
That is the wrong direction for our city. That is a shitty move. It's the Lord's Day, and you're ticketing people. Like, what is going on, Jane Castor? What is wrong with your agenda?
And there's homeless people still out here.
Yeah, unless those tickets are going to put them homeless people in the houses, like bite the big one, please. Seriously.
It's not. Okay, two things. First off, the chocolate one tastes just like chocolate mousse. It's like really good. And like it's like this dark chocolate. And it might be that actually like just a plain chocolate one might just be my favorite. And second, it's so simple and delicious.
There's certain times like
and the 5508, man, like that's honestly like it's a pretty fucking cool place. Like it's you're not even like really like expressing like this whole cultural reason is it makes it like really cool, but it's like a co-work space completely made out of shipping containers.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And so Anna, we're gonna be on a panel together.
Yeah. And there's a stage outside of the courtyard. There'll be tons of vendors, especially Kushy Pies and other food vendors. We'll have some food trucks out there. Of course, we have a Women in Cannabis networking breakfast panel. So, doors open at 8. The panel starts at 9. So arrive early so you can network. And, I'm pretty excited for the awesome spread that we're going to have at the breakfast.
I highly suggest checking out the breakfast.
I'm excited
because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And like there's entertainment while you're doing the breakfast. Like the panel is going to be going on while you're eating. But oh god, that chocolate was so good.
I love it.
But if you can't make it out for the breakfast, I mean, you can come out at like any point in the day and just kind of check out the vendors and kind of do some shopping and like get some information and talk to people out there. You'll be able to talk to me. You'll be able to talk to Hannah. You'll be able to talk to Kano.
Yeah. And there's several dozen vendors and folks coming out, so you'll have the opportunity to engage, with folks in all areas of the business, whether it's an MMTC, whether it's a doctor's clinic, patient advocacy organization, a small hemp businesses like yourself, like Kushy Pies and Chillum. So there'll be a lot of different folks to get the opportunity to engage with and see what they're doing. Because one of the things I wanted with this expo is to showcase, again, that you don't have to just be an MMTC in Florida to be a part of this cannabis industry. And that this industry is so much more than just the big, 15 folks who are currently selling weed in the state under the medical marijuana system.
Right.
100%.
So much more.
Yeah.
And honestly, like at this point, I would ask Gary to tell me how to join Suncoast Normal, but I think Vinny can actually take this one. How do you join Suncoast Normal, Vinny? You go
to the website or you go to their Instagram page and then you message them and you say, "Hi, I would like to get involved. I want to do something to change these antiquated marijuana laws." And then one of these guys will usually message you back and say, "Pay your annual membership fees."
Well, you're absolutely right, Vinny. You just go to the website at suncoastnormal.org/membership.
Yeah,
but if you want to check us out on social media, you can also check us out at Suncoast Normal, NORML. I don't know. I think we had a hell of a show today, guys. I think
that way you can walk around with one of these in your wallet.
That's right.
The card, it's there. Official member.
Yeah, and with that card you get 25% off here. Chillum.
See what I'm saying? Did you get your discount for the item you purchased?
I did.
Make sure you get a discount. She bought me a really nice item from here, and thank you, honey, for buying me such a nice item from Chillum today.
You're welcome. Happy anniversary.
Yes,
I'm glad it comes with that 25% discount.
for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
man.
Couldn't imagine paying full price for it.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to know.
So. No, and that's another question that I have, because my wife and I, we come from different backgrounds, and sometimes we have communication lapses. I don't know if it's cultural or if it's generational or if it's just where we come from. But how is it running a business together, as a couple? Because we always say, in business school, right, Carlos, they tell you don't mix business with your friends, So can't imagine being married and and running a business together. What's it like? I mean, do y'all have knocked down arguments over how much infusion should go into a simple pie?
I mean, we have conversations, we have debates, and maybe disagreements from time to time, but it's pretty. It's like this. It doesn't exist for me without her. I can't make these pies. I wish I had the skills. Like, I know the recipes. I see her do it, but the truth of the matter is, you could give me all the ingredients, give me the same kitchen, but my sauce ain't gonna come out like her sauce, dude, bro. The way she puts them together, it's 1000%. You know what I'm saying? It's her thing. I'm just good at sales, bro. I like to sell this stuff, and this stuff, it's not like you're really selling this. It sells itself, man. It's Kushy Pies. It's delicious. And,
try it.
yeah, once you try it, you'll know. It's
okay.
Yeah,
That's why I have him on my sales team, so that whenever we're not getting along, I can say, "Go sell the pies."
Yeah, just go out there and go sell.
All right,
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and call to order an official episode of Chillum Scrutiny here on Kushy Pies. Okay, so this is the official Chillum Scrutiny review of Kushy Pies, and in order to do this review, I've tried all of the actual pies. Wait, there's a cookie,
Bro. This is
Wait! You try the best.
Yeah,
part?
so hang on, we got to show them what this is, right? Show them the camera. This is a Little Debbie inspired oatmeal cream pie. So, like, think about like Little Debbie. This is after she got grown and she really got into cannabis. So
this is Deborahs Pies.
Yeah, that's Miss Deborah. Mistress Deborah. That's what this is.
This Miss Deborah.
Yeah, it's Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah.
and I can eat this, right?
Oh, 100%. Go
100%.
for it, man. We brought it for you to share amongst the panel. So
I don't think that's getting shared amongst anybody.
But in fact,
Carlos submitted. Wow. Okay.
Huh?
Just one. No, yeah, in the box. Just one.
This is really good.
Thank you, my dear. So
Yeah, you got to try it.
Yeah, so like that Little Debbie oatmeal cream, but that's actually what we are entering in the cup for the Florida Cup, the annual competition here in Florida for all hemp-based products.
I'm pretty excited for that. Awesome. And that's next weekend, right?
Next Sunday, April 17th. You can still get your tickets at www.thefloridacup.com.
And if you're MMJ patient, it's free.
Yep, free for all MMJ patients. Just go on the website, register, and you get a free ticket.
This is really hard to do.
Did you try the brownie?
Carlos, you got to try the brownie, man. This is fresh, bro.
I made that this morning. Just for you.
Just for you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I might be able to get away and make the brownies. I could maybe pull that one off, but not the Kushy Pies. That's totally her.
Wow.
Did you try one? There's a whole thing there. Try one.
I'm gonna buy some.
Like, I don't want just the samples. I want some for later.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Wow, that brownie. Okay. The brownie's number one.
Brownie's number one. All right, good to hear. Now, you're going to have more of those brownies at the expo?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah. We're going to
have that. We'll have all of our
offerings.
edibles.
We'll have our cookies, brownies, oatmeal pies.
Now, some folks might be listening. Do you take Square? You got cards? Is it cash only? Just to give folks a heads up.
Try to stay generally cash or
Cash App.
Cash App. That's
Alex,
the one.
Cash App.
Venmo. We can do that.
Okay. All right.
For this episode of Chillum Scrutiny, I am not going to touch the brownie or the oatmeal cookie. I'm gonna let people decide for themselves for the oat milk cookie at the other event. That brownie's fucking dope though. But I want to keep it to the pies because this is Kushy Pie, so I'm gonna keep it to the pie. All right. And like it's really hard. Like I could put like my first 4 favorite, right, and then it's hard to rate the rest of them. But I gotta say, like this chocolate, man. Like I just got this thing for dark chocolate, bro. Man, like this chocolate is fucking good. And I'm gonna have Olivia try it out.
And I've made the chocolate's actually made by me.
Yeah, like
I have a spoon here for you.
Melts the chocolate. Yeah, Liv, we got spoons here.
The straight up chocolate is my favorite. It just tastes like chocolate mousse and like this really rich, delicious chocolate mousse.
Yeah, rich.
Butterfingers number 2 because I like peanut butter.
I also make a chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh, bro, if you like
I just don't have that yet right now.
Pistachios number 3.
Okay.
You got to understand, it's really strange that I chose pistachios number 3 because I typically don't like pistachio, which is fucking.
So it made the podium.
It's pretty awesome. and then cookies and cream Oreo is after that, but it's kind of tied with mint chocolate chip or mint chocolate, and then the rest is just tied, man. Like I like that's crazy that strawberry shortcake and key lime when we were like beefing them up at the beginning. But honestly, like you guys got this chocolate pistachio game on lock. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's my chillum scrutiny on Kushy Pies.
Well, I gotta say there was one, and I don't know if you discontinued it or maybe it's going to come back, but it had coconut in it. That was coconut cream pie. That was my Kushy Pie favorite that I've had as far as flavors go.
We had the coconut cream pie, and then kind of one time before we actually had anticipated about the copyright infringement, so we came out with something called the Joyful Almond Kushy Pie, and as you can expect,
yes, rather than the almond joy, yes,
almond joy. So we called the Joyful Almond Kushy Pie, and that one was a super huge hit. The chocolate, the coconut, people really like that one.
I dig that.
Pies. I like coming up with the different pies.
All right,
you know, like
Hannah, Vinny, we're at the end of the show here.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good.
Why don't you let people know how they can get a hold of you, how they can support you guys?
Well, you can go on Instagram, Kushy Pies. That's KUSHY Pies. I'm on Instagram.
Kushy Pies.
Yep. I'm on Facebook as well.
Oh, I have a caption. Hold on.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're gonna put it up there. Yeah, you put the thing on the screen.
I just all the Kushy Pies.
At Kushy Pies.
At Kushy Pies, yes. You can definitely follow us on Instagram. That has the up-to-date information of where we're going to be, what our plans are. If you want to do meetups, we do meetups, and hopefully we'll be in Chillum one day.
Yeah, one day we're gonna have this thing.
Once
we get everything all right, we'll be in.
I see a spot for you right there in the fridge over there.
We even have we have like a little cooler
it's
box.
Clear, it's waiting for Kushy Pies.
Don't worry, the labels are on the way. Once you get the labels in, because they'll have everything. They'll have the link for the third-party testing, the QR scan code, everything. We just want to make sure we have everything up to, above standard. Yeah, exactly. Before we bring them to Kushy Pie to chill them, you know what I mean? We gotta make sure we have it proper.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because one of our guest speakers at the Expo is Florida's Director of Cannabis, Holly Bell. And so we want to make sure all our licensing and everything's up to date for all vendors at the Expo because you will have the boss walking around checking credentials.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, well, if we don't have everything in order, hopefully she can help us get it in order. You know what I mean? She'll point us in the right direction.
Kenna, you got anything else before we wrap it up?
Look, I just got to say, again, flash that graphic. Come out to the Tampa Bay Cannabis Business Expo, April 23rd, one day only, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bring your family out there. Go online to suncoastnormal.org. Get your tickets. We have amazing women in cannabis breakfast, networking breakfast. When you purchase that ticket, it also comes with an all-access pass for the rest of the day to all the other amazing panels. Otherwise, you can get your all-access ticket for just as little as $10. General admission is free. We do ask you download a free ticket though, just so we can have a solid head count of how many folks we're expecting. And we're expecting upwards of a couple thousand. So by all means, get them now, and just be prepared to have a good time, and get to see some of the amazing businesses here in Florida that are happening, and some really engaging panels to inform you about what's the latest in the cannabis industry. If you're interested in getting involved, this will be the space. If you're a job seeker and you're looking to actually get hired by by a cannabis business, this would be the expo to come to, and talk to these business owners. And we even have an interview space for our sponsors who are hiring. I know you're hiring right now at Chillum, right, Carlos? So you have the opportunity to take some applications.
Abby is going to be out there taking in resumes and giving people interviews. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. And,
awesome.
Maybe we'll find our next Hemp tender out there.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. And again, everyone, go to suncoastnormal.org, become a member, be a part of this movement. We can't do this without you, the members. And we'll catch you in the future episodes of The Rotation.